I'm back to campus. Yes, I'm back to the University of Ghana campus here in Accra, Legon. Main campus, and I'm on Legon. Your more branches. University of Ghana, your more branches. Your more city campus, your main campus, your distance education. I think some more other ones, but these are the three that I know. Now, this man sitting right on my left. Class ni na no and a top year senior ono and a top year. Now, at the Kuntia Maba meaning Bedin Kumo is he has a special case. He has a special case. Despite all that, but I'm in the class no or no and a top year or yeah valedictorian, yes, or no and the class no for this particular year 2024-2025, right? Or no and a top meeting as Zionfelix. Every right?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Efrim what?
Urakatete.
Urakatete.
Yes.
Okay.
Aye Urakatete.
Okay, Efrim Aye Urakatete.
Yeah.
Okay. How is life?
Life is fun. My principle is life is simple.
Okay.
It's just us that really complicate life. So
how do we complicate life?
I mean, the simplicity of life is, let's say you have a problem, for instance, a problem of seeing. Now you would overburden yourself. If you tend to overthink your situation, I don't know more problem compared to maybe working at making your situation better.
Okay.
But rather, we would rather focus on the negative aspect of our life. I mean, the simplicity of life is just obvious. If you want to be lazy, you can be lazy, right? But it's simple that way. If you don't want to work, you don't want to work. It's up to you. It's simple that way. But if you decide to go and work to get money and what have you, you are complicating in a way. I mean, just for the logic to run, you are complicating things for yourself. So yeah.
That means everyone is complicating things for himself by coming to school for 4 years, coming to learn, because you could have stopped after high school.
Exactly.
That means you're also complicating your life for yourself.
Exactly. Simplicity we have measures.
Okay.
So, for instance, coming to school, I knew I was coming to learn. At a point, or within my first year, I had to go into the essence, the metaphysics of learning, so that my life here on campus would be easier.
Okay.
If it comes to learning wise.
Okay.
So I made sure I read lots of books to understand how to learn proper.
Okay.
In order to go through my academic journey. That made it simple for me.
Okay. Now, Ephraim's condition is tell us what is your condition?
Okay. So at the age of 10, I suffered from a disease called Stevens-Johnson syndrome.
Stevens-Johnson syndrome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what that is a form of an allergy.
Okay.
So you take food, medicine. In my case, it was medicine, the malaria medicine I took, and then the adverse effect was that my skin was peeling off. So my epidermis peeling off from my dermis, and that affected my sight. So they had to literally force open the eyes because it was sore. This is the case, maybe your upper lid is attached to your eye itself. So continuous medical treatment gradually. Like I said, the problem became that way since class 5. That was at the age of 10 till now. It so happens that when the lashes even grow, my eyelashes grow, they tend to go towards the eye. And then the cornea, as they say, the doctors say that it's rough. So that's what is making my vision bad. Okay.
Yeah. So in simple terms, to be on breaking down my in simple terms, you can't really see well.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm visually impaired.
Okay, visually impaired.
Yes.
You can see.
Yes.
Okay. So if somebody counts his or her fingers, you can see the counting.
Okay. So for my left eye, I wouldn't see.
Okay.
It's only the movement I'll be able to see.
Okay.
But for my right, in case you are this close, I might be able to see the fingers. Yes. So I can't see faces. Maybe I can see your stature and the likes, but for faces at the moment, I can't see faces.
Okay. So if your classmate or if your sister is standing here, you won't be able to figure him or her out.
No. Unless the person talks.
Okay.
Then I know it's you. And maybe if I've interacted with you during the day, I know the color of dress you are wearing. So maybe I can tell a bit of the color and then know that maybe you are the one here or not. Yes.
Okay. So from class 5 till now, Yeah, how has it been for you?
Okay. It's been challenging because I've gone through a number of surgeries, concerning my eyes, coupling it with academics. Sometimes I had to miss a whole semester. For instance, in class 5, I missed the whole semester.
Oh, class 5 is like a term.
Yes.
Yeah.
A term,
Yeah,
exactly.
a term,
Trimester, so
Yeah.
a term. And then in senior high school, I missed another term as well, just because I had to attend to my sight.
Okay.
I had to just go and write the exam on the final during the examination period because I had gone for surgery on my sight. So generally, that's been it. From class 5, I've been I faced challenges with my sight. Got into senior high school, that was St. Thomas Aquinas.
Okay.
Equally had challenges with my sight, but the course I took was visual arts. It's quite, how do I say it? Like I would say, life is simple, but we complicate.
Yeah, you're complicated for yourself.
Exactly.
Visual arts, you have to be drawing and
Exactly.
painting.
But the love for it made me do that, right? So I actually loved arts, and I still do. So fast forward, I even got into tertiary, that's KNUST,
Okay.
to study painting and sculpture. Equally, and the workload there was heavy, so it really affected my eye. It took a toll on my eye and everything. Fast forward, I had to now find medical solution to.
So you quit the UST?
Yes, I quit UST so that I could attend to my sight. I remember I had to go through some counseling in order to come out of that state I was in. So
after quitting
yes,
UST?
I'm trying to quit because you'd have to inform your parents what's going on with you. They assume that you can see. So why are you trying? Why are you leaving school, for instance? So I had to defer the course. So I had to.
But could you see?
I couldn't.
So why did you choose visual art? Like even visual arts in high school and then painting in uni when you can't really see well?
Like I said, I love art. Even now, if you give me something, I can create something crazy for you. Because it's been with me since childhood. At KG, for instance, I remember a story being told me that at KG there was an examination, drawing related, and I happened to be the best in the class. And the reports, on the exam paper, the madam just wrote "can draw." That's Mrs. Kuliwa, can draw, and that motivated me through KG till whenever I was like, I want to enter into this space, this field, yeah. So that was a journey. I love the art so much so that I wanted to do it even in senior high school as well. Though I loved reading, the general art courses as well, but there was more preferential love for the arts. I just wanted to at least get to that level where I could finish that whole, mostly it's a training process. Then you get to the point where you are more like an expert. So I wanted to get to that expert stage and then know that if I don't even draw, I know I still qualify myself to be an artist no matter what it's been. Yeah, so
I'm sure right now there are some physically challenged people watching this particular conversation, and then to some of them, if you're not born with it, now along the way, they feel like they can't do anything again, especially with your sight, because when you're not a baby, even campus is very huge.
Exactly.
I was at TF, so imagine from TF to Ubefa Ivandia, back main campus. Now, who make you runs and all that. Ubeka say, I don't have age 5. One can say, let me put a hold to the regular education. Call the blind school. Many or more any things.
I don't know, partly maybe I'll give credit to my parents because some of them they were ready to take care of my situation. Say I should be able to go to the regular school. It was quite challenging for me, but they made sure that I could go through the JHS, especially with the assistance of my friends and the likes. So even when writing, I'd have to bury my head in the book and try writing.
So you write?
I used to, but now I can't. When I write it, I wouldn't see it. So from class 5 to SHS, I finished SHS. That one, I could put my head in the book and write it.
So what you wrote? BC, you wrote exam?
I did. But for instance, I remember it was so challenging. I remember, you see the BC script.
Yeah.
You are supposed to shade on the objectives. So during the mock and then during the examination, I remember during the mock, for instance, I had shaded answers, thinking I had answered. And one teacher called me, he was like, Mr. Berse, big ups. He was like, which one are you shading? Is it the A or the B? Because you have shaded in between the A and the B. So yeah, that was even how challenging it was back then. But I managed to pull through even in that situation from back then. So honestly, I didn't know the resources that were actually available. So fast forward, like I said, after KNUST, when I realized the site was almost gone, I had to readjust. And it was on the idea that I've seen stories, countless stories of blind or persons.
Even Legon here, exactly. During my year, there was a guy.
Exactly. Yeah. So the idea that as long as people have been able to do it, why not I? Because I mean, when I came, I remember my first day. I think the next day I came to campus, I came to Legon Hall, and I saw two persons with visual impairment, both walking, and it was obvious one was leading the other. So at that time I could visualize or see their stature, I mean, going. I was wondering if one of them could see at least a bit better. Fast forward, I got to know that he couldn't even see at all. But it's because he's navigated his surrounding quite well. He knows how to go about it. Like I'm saying, there are resources from the white skin that we use. I do have one. Okay. You use it to find your way around in terms of the big space and even smaller spaces. There is assistive technology. For me, I couldn't go to the blind school for the blind, for instance, because I would have to go and learn the braille and others. But with assistive technology, I skipped that part. So I can type very fast for my examination, what have you, because there's also what they call speech screen reader software on the laptops. That, I mean, the graphical user interface of computer piano. As a seeing person, over-click it. But for the visually impaired, the screen reader software and the capture your laptop needs to be so every information there is, you just hear it. So if it's exams, the question is there, you open your Word documents, the question is there, you read it, you answer it, you read it, you answer it.
How do you answer?
Yeah, you type it out. Okay. So like I would say, you type, so maybe question one is what is something.
How do you know you are typing it at the right place?
So like I would say, the screen reader software, it gives you a feel of everything on the laptop. Okay. Yes. So how the seeing person would see it. Once you, I mean, for instance, when I do the down arrow, after reading the question, I go down. Okay. It will tell me blank. Okay. So blank would mean that there's no text there. Okay. So I can start typing my text in there. Okay. Then I do the typing in there. And it took training to get acquainted to the keyboard. Okay. But I know every key on the keyboard. Every new keyboard I come across, it's easier for me because generally it's the QWERTY side, that's the alphanumeric side that every laptop has. Not every laptop.
All of them. To Germany, their arrangements are different. Yeah.
Some keys that are different, but all of them focally they have the alphanumeric key where there's numbers and alphabets down there. Yes, but I know for Germany, like you said, some of the keys are
different. Yeah. So with lectures, they give handouts and all that. How is yours done?
So the fortunate thing for me was I came to school after COVID or during COVID, and they have shifted more to the online system. So that would mean my computer could receive these documents and then it could read it for me. But the challenging part to that is sometimes it's just the book or the pamphlets that they've taken pictures of to create the PDF. So in that case, it's a picture and my speech software might not be able to access it. In that case, there is an office here on campus, Office of Student Special, and I think it's currently Center for Disability and Advocacy. So they would convert that picture text into soft copy. Then I can then use my laptop to read it and then have access to it. So that's for slides and then lecture pamphlets as well.
At times on my phone, I mean, I mistakenly go and click on that speech, blah, 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 blah. Then it will read like everything on the screen.
Exactly.
Is that how it is for you? Because there's some things that you don't even need. www.ug. It will be reading everything on the screen.
That's the, let me see, the bad side to it. Okay. Yeah, but it reads everything. But with the laptop, sometimes even with the phone, you can navigate it one by one, so paragraph by paragraph, or even letters, words by words. depending on the rate you want to. But it takes training. You need training to be able to go through it as well.
Now let's go back a little bit to high school. When you were writing, how were you reading the questions?
So that one too, I would bury my head in the book and then read it out. So I read it and then try answer it. Sometimes I remember during one of the exams, the way I was writing, you see, you write on lines.
Yeah.
So I would write and to enter into the second line and all. So yeah, that was some of the challenges I was facing back then. On a day that my sight is very, very bad, those things do happen. They happen.
Would you also say that you were stressing the eye more, and that made it go bad?
Maybe.
Go worse?
Maybe I would say so. Maybe I would say so.
I'm talking to Ephraim. His class there, he talked. Which program here?
I did Bachelor's of Arts.
Okay.
And I specialized in philosophy and archaeology.
Okay. Okay. You combine it too?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How's the feeling? I mean, after 4 years on Legon campus, the top shatter. Did you see it coming?
I did. Honestly, I mean, prior to coming to the university, I had a vision. So I just thought of having that experience, that what if I could be the best student to graduate? Had a feeling maybe I'll shake the hands of the vice chancellor and all. And that feeling sort of kept me through my university journey. In third year, I got the vice chancellor's, that's an award ceremony scheme. So best level 200 student in the College of Humanities. Wow. That was in level 300. So I knew it could still end well for me, even at that time that I've managed to secure some mileage. So I was expecting it.
How were your course mates, class rep, lecturers, people of the campus treating you?
I would say they treated me so well. So, like I said, I did 2 courses. So, philosophy, archaeology. For philosophy, it was a fabulous experience with each of the lecturers. Dr. Mouse, a big thank you to you. She was keen in my whole journey in UG. Dr. Kwesi too, he's the current HOD for our department as well. He taught there's this course called deductive logic, and it involves symbols and the likes. Quite often, he wouldn't allow, or a visually impaired wouldn't be able to take such a course. Yeah. But I went in there, and he encouraged me to, participate in it. And to the grace of God, I still passed that course easily. I had to learn some ASCII keys and then hex code keys so that I could create the symbols involved. Yes, to the grace of God, that course also went well. The reception from the lecturers from philosophy was perfect. Also for archaeology as well, because archaeology is not just classwork. Yeah. You would have to go to the field. Yeah. Exactly. So from first year, second year, third year, fourth year, I went to field in each of these cases, and it was a nice experience. They made sure to help me out as and when I have to. And even in final year, we had to spend about a week at Takrade, a place called Disco. There's a colonial site there that we went to investigate, and that one too, my friends and others were very helpful in my navigation and experience on that road as well.
So it's the field events, the field things that you go and do, how do you do? Because it is a sightseeing thing. Yeah. How do you also go around yours?
So let's say for first year, we went to a place called Ponce Duase. Now at Ponce Duase, it's not just sightseeing in a way, it's more of an ethnography study. So you go there, interact with the people, and then get to know a bit of their history. They take you to some of their sites there, as in the places previously they were settling, and now they've moved from that place to another. These are experiential places. So I go there equally, though I might not be able to see some things in there, I still have that exposure of knowing that I'm at the place where history has gone on. For excavation, for instance, during the final year's excavation project at Disco, I took part actively, fetching the sand to avoid the sea, trying to get some materials from the sand and all that. Though some of the things in there, for instance, beads and other little things found in the archaeological material would not be able to, I can't perceive them with my direct eye. So that one was a bit challenging. But yes, so I still partook actively in whatever was being done.
I was many from AD in Como right here at the University of Ghana, or yeah, Valedictorian, or the class no this year with 4.0, right?
Yes, please.
Charlie, you do one. I'm for the 3.9, you do one 4.0.
Yeah, and according to them, for the past decade or more, they've not had anybody having that.
4.0.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's all thanks to God, honestly. It's all thanks to God.
So you've made history. I guess you are the first visually impaired person to do that.
Exactly. And I think the second visually impaired valedictorian
on campus.
Yes. Then Kudus did that in
Kudus, which
Kudus, Mohammed Kudus. He was a student, a visually impaired student.
Okay.
Here.
Not the Kudus that we know.
No, not the Kudus we know.
Oh, okay.
So that was, I think, 2017. Yeah, and then fast forward today, it's happening again.
And our brother has done it, and so you don't have any reason to catch say. I mean, it's to be a situation, but he has tried, say, or go through it. I mean, University of Ghana 4 years. Let's look at some of the other activities in across school. Must say it's not just about going to lectures, learning. Sure. There are so many other things across school. SRC things whole week, call trip, basically. Sure. Were you involved in all those things, or did a book?
Like I said, I was involved right from even for archaeology. It's more like a field experience, but after that you have some entertainment aspects to it. So there was an SRC program and I went to sing for them. I have a good voice as well.
Okay.
So I did some skirmishes for them on that day with some slow voice song as well as even for the other. Yeah, I got into some leadership positions as well, helping other students. So Smart Life Solutions, a big thanks to you guys. There's a student club and they don't just focus on academics. Yeah. So they make sure they involve every aspect of your life, your financial life, your spiritual life, exercise as well. I also played go ball mostly every Saturday. Go ball is blind sport.
Okay.
So maybe explaining might be complicated, but you try not letting the ball pass by you. So you lie on the floor and then try catching it. That wants to a lot of exercise and then physical activities going on in there. For whole weeks and the likes, so I participated in the man's whole week as well as some others. So yeah, it wasn't just. I
was a member Ephraim, but before no, I'm going to camera. But not Ephraim, say, on you to catch on my mercy. You're now watching my media Zionfelix right here on Legon campus with a 4.0 GPA. Not to mention chance.
Imagine say what school, what ball home modern pa, a war trip. Now when now license papa be with the ejuma as a nurse anesthesiologist. Now in chess what start ejuma yes when you are born be find cancer. Imagine a young na ube feel wa kumi. No and it to me. But it to me no and mommy who say life na to my now and into fallback plan. I needed one. And when I made it online business where I make up. Me na me skeptical na me but me here film me who say hey send the American government no omoji taxes from online business. And me see me tifie enya checks. Me see me go through me chemo bibia. Me see me fine girl at say me me din phone number on me website www.samirafisayo.com. Call me website so first. Register with Dini with email. Give it a chance and see for yourself. If you need any further explanation, the patron reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to mentor you. Some of the benefits Nana said, business you live life on your own terms. You run it anyhow you see fit. I have so flexibility. With me to find anywhere in the world. All you need is your phone and also a laptop.
I'm still here on Legon campus, University of Ghana. We can't for the fight, but the only university here in Ghana. Other ones know how by the University of Ghana. Me ampa. University of Ghana. About to be we use we boys back we UST. But it's school there, but University of Ghana is the school. Now Papa home se me kan cho say properties baby akoda ama ho ato for just short stay Airbnb there. Almost so many properties e wo Kaswa Fija ne Kaswa Millennium City e wo Nyanya no kwane so into studio apartment, open 1 bedroom apartment, 2 bedroom apartment, 2 bedroom house cry. Nina no from wa o metimi ama obi na otimi akoda price na e wo from and our rate no so very low. In Omobonya den cry security also tight. From on the bookie don't hear no luggage out. They go from 0245 517650. 0245 517650. Tap senses UK, America, Canada, Europe, UAE. Na also this Ghana use your platform no. They send this kind of rate in high power. Also need to be a baby in Ghana cities. Download the app on Play Store or App Store. So already start only be of Francois. Now already start first time, so I use the code Zionfelix. Ephraim, let us free your voice.
Okay, so I would also use this opportunity to enjoy the voice, the song by OJ. Okay, he's been. I've not met him, but he's been inspirational in motivating me through the song. Yeah, so and cransheni paneshe, nansara teacher dear frinya minchain, ye dear soon ni kweti kwine. Nini nani nyame asem susu fa hu tu ni paswe na nipa mu aso ya de ketwe bi nanso ye tinkwa mu die eni da so wo hom obia enti koswa na kosu unyami be koswa na kosu koswa na kosu unyami be ye tinkwa mu die. That
is one from Ephraim or say you think with dear and that's one a whole MOBA at somewhere class 5 and I started having problems with the eye. So give us a little education. Symptoms of what you had in class 5. Say be obi eba enyebia. Obi say no, it might lead him or her into this situation.
Okay. So the initial condition mostly Ghana here we don't do that, but Babia, make sure you check on these things. There's something called G6PD. Okay. Now, it aligns or has its way to do with allergies. So there are certain things your child would take, and then when we say he's getting reactions to it, immediately you must take note of those things. Sometimes it's to the extreme where you have to take the child to the hospital. But once the person is aware that he has this condition, there are certain things I want him to say you don't have to be taking, or you don't have to come certain chemicals you don't have to be coming into contact with. So things like alcohol, for me, upon checking those things, sulfur, certain things don't align, with such people. So once you are aware that your child is in that state, you make sure you don't burden him. He's aware, and then he wouldn't find himself wanting when it comes to these things.
So in the beginning stage, it can be solved by not doing all these things.
Yes, exactly.
But wouldn't now manner escalate.
Yes. And once you realize, any changes, rashes on the skin, as a result, it's obvious. Say, nipani DBB, and then it's causing that, or has taken ingested something is causing. Immediately, you try and then get medical solution for it. Yeah.
So at this point or at this stage that you are in, what are doctors saying? Can it be fixed or is forever?
So it can.
Okay.
So according to, I think during the time I'm free tech, we had to seek medical. So they said the cornea, when they do a cornea transplant, it's possible to get the full vision. And it's also possible I don't get, so it's a 50-50 chance. So it's either successful or not. And Ghana here too, you know how our medical system is. So I opted to rather try and then finish my education knowing I can still do it with the states, the little sites I have. Maybe somewhere in the future I would venture into working on getting the cornea transplant.
Okay, but for now,
I don't want to.
But is it financially heavy to do it?
Yes. At the time, we went through the process to some extent. Now it was about 500 million at the time. It wasn't a bed in my parents.
50,000
Ghana. That was at that time. my parents were ever ready to help. I mean, find the resources to do. But like I said, I had to come to a decision. Say, there was a 50-50 chance. If it doesn't work, that means I'm totally blind in the eye. So I decided not to opt for it at the moment. Yeah.
Deciding to leave KNUST with all the emotional trauma and all that, why did you decide to still continue when you realized that you couldn't do it at UST? But no, I mean, I'm next war, Legon.
Honestly, I maybe Legon, I didn't know what course to come and do. Because the dream, like I was saying from childhood, was to go into the arts.
Okay.
I remember going for the interview where they admit, I mean, the special students, and the person sitting asked me that, what course do you want to do? I was like, I don't know. I just came to come and do any course. And he was like, there you go. Tell them you want political science, philosophy and classics and archaeology. So I said, okay. I entered and lo and behold, they gave me that course.
Okay.
So I took it and then took it upon myself and then did it. The end goal is that I want to do something. I don't want to be a burden to society, especially to my parents. So at least if I'm able to fend for myself, even in my later ages, that's okay, rather than to depend on others for resource. So that's the reason.
What next after UJ?
Two options at the moment. So hopefully doing a master's in philosophy.
Okay.
I pray and hope that will be the option. And then the other is to go into law school, hopefully get into law school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which profession do you want to do after all these?
So a merger of these, a field called jurisprudence, where the law is studied in terms of philosophy. That's the end goal, actually.
Okay. Ephraim is the name. He has done it. How was your family, mom, dad, siblings feeling about you? I mean, top starter of the whole class.
I'm happy for them.
You're happy for them?
They're also happy for me, because it's not been easy. But the Lord has been grateful, and I mean, the Lord has been faithful. And at this time, I mean, He's been able to do something. I mean, I've been able to achieve something that makes the whole family happy. I'm grateful to God. Yeah, for this great success.
Ephraim, congrats to you again.
Thank you very much.
Your final words to my people. Your social media handles.
Okay.
Are you on social media?
Yes, I am.
Oh, so the phone reads everything for you?
Yes.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
For
Okay,
me,
so
I can equally magnify it to a very big font size as well.
then you read.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the phone also has magnification. The phone we have is very powerful, but it takes exploring to know all these things.
I mean, if you're not in certain situations, you really explore to that extent.
Exactly.
You take it just like a normal phone. Okay. Your socials and then your final words. Yeah.
Okay. So it's okay to give out my number.
Yeah.
Okay. So on Instagram I'm Opo_GH.
Okay.
OKPOR_GH. That's mostly where I have my earlier paintings and artworks.
Okay, let me search for it.
Yeah, so OPOR_GH.
Spell it for me.
OKPOR_GH.
_GH.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and then contact is 023
Hey, you did all this, Ephraim.
Yeah.
You did all these designs.
Yeah.
You did your own United Showbiz design.
Yeah. That was just for, and that was even during this time I had issues in
You
my
drew
sight.
Calvin Hart.
Sure.
Oh.
And that one I did it while I was having serious issues with my sight as well. I still do a little bit of graphic designing. Like I said, I would magnify the screen to the very big extent.
No, wait. Do you use your hand to draw or use a machine to draw?
No, Photoshop. Now I can't draw.
Okay.
So it's mostly digital screens I'm able to access. So that's what I use.
Wow. So how do you arrange them? Like, I see some logos over here. How do you know, like, I want to do this design, I want to do that, I'm putting this one here, I'm putting this one here?
Yeah, so the logo designs mostly I think through the final work. Then when I go to Photoshop, I know I'll do this first to get this shape, and I do this to get this shape, then gradually converge it together.
Oh.
So Photoshop, I picked that up at KNUST. So that has helped me. I'll be bringing out a book, Imaginative Learning for A+ Performance.
Okay.
That's by the end of March.
Okay.
And every bit of the book was made by me. The book cover, everything in there was. And a big thank you to my dad as well, who has been keen in helping this publication.
Your contact?
023-2942-407.
Okay.
Yeah.
Repeat for me.
023-2942-407.
He is a valedictorian of his class. The class, top shatter 4.0. According to him, it's been like 10 years plus. I will be at that GPA to get 4.0. Chairman, so and you come draw. Plenty people they take class. You take class. Plenty people they lower. Plenty people they upper. But
they've still done well, Charlie. To come to university is still worth it.
And graduate. What's that? Your completion, not graduate. The more of 4 years not complete. But I always said 5,000 go cheap. Cost wrong and go graduate. But to graduate can't be joke.
Yeah, they've done well.
Yeah. To everybody who went and graduated, why are they? But when I'm calling more receipt, when I was more control, why? Because entering about 4 years now. Many Ephraim and a team come on. I'm sure say you've been inspired. Yes, he can't see, but he's managed to top his class with a 4.0. Even so many people can't do. Why are they? You can call him Zionfelix from the University of Ghana campus here in Accra and Yeti and Kumo. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you too.
Bye-bye.
All right.
And yet to bray, nothing come for Lion Age Clinic Ghana and Famau. A handqua and a puma, the dear be draw a sound yare, and more young Susan Subanibia. I was say, I refer a piano, our Lion Age Clinic Ghana. Doctor, your door, Amobra, senior Hofamas from Kokra, and a show yare for no Emma Botono. I was say, Uba be piano, Haseya. Yes, sir, and Nami are ready to say, syphilis, gonorrhea, candidiasis. Oya Bema, who was in any more, won't see me why you my Emma more Piafana. Lion Age Clinic Zebra, not a baby draw Emma now, now so said Bema Mapa. So also your bar, and that's how I reform, who per babu nebi, much in our bread, Rabbi Piemo, our Lion Age Clinic Ghana, now the table first soon, I will fear.
Lion Age Clinic Ghana, your #1 healthcare expert.